Hello, Earthlings. Today we're going to play Starcrawlers. It's pretty much a dungeon crawler having to do with gritty space punk universe, kind of classic RPG almost. I found it in my Steam library. I don't remember buying it. I don't remember getting it. I happened to be going through looking for different games I could play, and I came across this one, so I thought I would give it a try. Hoping the volume isn't crushing my mic volume. Luna, here we are, boss. Terminus 9, hub for the sector. Maybe it's nicer inside than it looks from out here. Guess we'll find out together. Let's dock. Word is the bartender runs the wire here. He's the one you should talk to about getting some jobs. Plenty of credits to be made if we get on his good side. Time for a drink then. Alright, character select. Cyber Ninja. Female, male, obviously. When you need a target taken down with brutal efficiency, you need Cyber Ninja. Hailing from their home ship, Yokai, they occasionally join crawler crews while pursuing their own mysterious agendas. Weapon skills: melee, pistols, rifles, armor skills, light, tactical. Shield skills: light, tactical, heavy. Cyber ninjas add combo points to targets and then consume them to deal bonus damage, add status effects, or boost team defense. Combination tree, combo strike. Strike for 70% weapon damage, consume one combo point, ally damage combo point target, add 1 to 2 combo points, and attack 20% weapon damage, triggers once per ally. Combo points are consumed to power abilities. Kick for 100% weapon damage, add 1 and backflip away. The next character to act is an ally, flip over them in the timeline, reduce the cost of flip back to 5 time units, and boost damage dealt by 20%. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you've ever played Warcraft, sounds like a lot like the Rogue with the combo points. Oh yeah, assassination, deception, slip mission, oh stealth even. So yeah, it's basically like a rogue. Let's check out the engineer. Bear, female, male. Engineer is handy with a pneumatic wrench and can rig just about anything with an infusion of gigawatts from their mech suit. Experts at support using their constructs and mechanical skills. Weapon skills: light melee weapons, heavy melee weapons, pistols, SMGs, rifles, shotguns. Armor: light tactical, shield, light tactical, heavy. Oh, let's go back. So it's considered 2. What's iron mode? Iron mode is actually limited. 1 iron mode save that auto updates. Death is permanent and gears last forever. Auto save updates when characters. Okay, I'm not that hardcore, or that good for that matter. Cyber Ninja is considered. Oh, okay, you can choose your difficulty. I thought it was saying how difficult it was to play this class. Relax, enjoy the story. Resetting strength and mission danger. Default crawler's experience. No modification to enemy strength or mission danger. challenge. Professional crawlers and vets, no post-mission healing. Downed crawlers suffer injuries, boost enemy and trap strength. So I'll probably just stick with standard for now, since I've never even seen this game. So, back to the engineer. View their abilities. Use gigawatts to power their abilities. Maintaining and using your supply wisely makes the engineer a powerful damage dealer or support class. Deploy Junker. First use, deploy Junker with 20%. Well, let's go back up. 2 to 5 time units, 100% weapon speed, deals chemical damage, costs 1 gigawatts. Why can't it cost 1.21 gigawatts? First use, deploy Junker with 20% of your maximum health. Each turn, Junker deals 10% weapon damage to all enemies and inflicts corrosion, dealing 30% weapon damage each time for 1 turn. Junker lasts 4 turns before deconstructing. So, at the cost of life, you deploy a bot and deal DOT damage over time. Deploy Blasto, 20% of your health, deals 40% weapon damage. Each turn, Blasto maintains some targeted attacks. Okay, so that's bots. Pneumato Fist. 2 gigawatts to power up to and fire Pneumato Fist to deal 75% weapon damage. Damaged targets have a 2% increased chance to crit for 3 turns. That can hit 3 times if you use the powers down and resets all effects. Passive ability. Okay, Rumble Pack. The icon for the Rumble Pack. Use 2 gigawatts to power up your Rumble Pack and deal 30% weapon damage to all enemies and slow them by 5 time units. So it's a slow. So this is just a power hit, I think. Test your experimental railgun by shooting 2 gigawatts at the target for 175% weapon damage. So this just sounds like a heavy hitting ability, or a heavy hitting tree. Bolty. More bots. Or your personal tank. Okay, so it's that'd be nice. Bolty health on the 30 turn. Bolty requires 2 gigawatts to activate his heal. Bolty has 20% of your max health and deals 30% weapon damage with 50% threat. Okay. Use 2 your power Bolty's rocket elbow. So he's an active pet. Bolty is just an active pet. So that sounds interesting. So far I'm liking the engineer. Hyrax, Wyvern, Ryax, Cran. A Force Psyker. Baracus, like B.A. Baracus. Female and male. The monastery home ship, Gudold, Force Psychers quest to hone their powers and collect tithes. Initiates often fall in with the crawlers where their ability to shape raw psychic power makes them valuable allies. Weapon skills: light melee, heavy melee, rifles, shotguns, heavy weapons. Armor is light, tactical, and heavy, same with shields. Check out their abilities. Aegis Strike. Throw a shield. Oh, I'm guessing this is going to be like a paladin. Force Psychers draw upon immense mental power or force energy to create manifestations that guard their allies and smite their foes. Yeah. This energy takes time to regenerate and must be carefully maintained. Aegis Strike. Time units, 50% weapon speed, deals energy damage. Expend 40 force. To throw a shield of psychic energy that deals 40 weapon damage and strikes up to 3 enemies. To all foes and manifest a mirror prism. The prism enters combat at 130% the time unit value of your weapon with 20% of your health. It absorbs all damage for 1 turn before shattering. Threat cause boosted by 50%. Okay. Crossbow 10, heal for 5%. Okay. So that's just a tank spec pretty much. Warding blow. When forced to smash a foe for 30% weapon damage, create a barrier on your lowest health ally with 3% of your current health. Okay. To smite a foe for 50% weapon damage, when a barrier absorbs damage, the damage of your next emphatic strike is increased by 10%. Weapon damage up to 100%. So it stacks to 100. Okay, so this is more of a support. It looks like a support tree. This must be the damage tree. That's a psychic hammer that strikes your equipped weapon and deals 100% weapon damage. Force hammer has a bonus of 10% crit chance. Score crits that charge your Fist of Fury. Activate to unleash all charges, dealing 20% weapon damage for each charge and generating 5 force energy. When damage is dealt, maximum 10 charges. Expend 50 force energy to barrage a target with 10 second bullets each bullet. Okay, so we have the tank, the mid support, and the damage for the Force Psyker. Hacker, female and a male. Master nanite manipulators, hackers are in demand with crawlers looking to bypass security systems. Ill-suited for solo combat, hackers provide support with beneficial optimizations and crippling malware. Weapon skills: light melee, paired melee, pistols, SMGs, rifles, shotguns, armor, light technical, heavy shields. Okay, rootkit. Infect the target with an overheat virus. Deals 40% weapon damage on infection and 20% each turn for 5 turns. On infection, overheat has a 50% chance to stun for 30% of the time unit cost of your weapon. Deal 50% weapon damage to interrupt and daze. Damaged by strike, shoot applies system shock. When system shock reaches 20 stacks, it will deal 1% weapon to daze for time units. Accuracy. Gain 1% hit chance for each attack made by a strike or shoot. 2-turn duration. Charm. Okay, so this is basically a crowd control tree, it sounds like. Infect the target with the Mind Melt virus. Deal 50% weapon damage on infection and 20% weapon damage each turn for 4 turns. Recasting Mind Melt on infected target refreshes the duration and reduces nanite resistance 5%. Infect the target with a Logic Bomb virus. Deal 30% weapon damage, infecting 20% damage each turn for 3 turns. If an infected enemy is critically hit, then deal 30% weapon damage to adjacent enemies. Shareware. When a virus updates, there is a base 20% chance it spreads to a random foe. Your 3% chance is boosting the spread chance by 23%. Decay deals 5% weapon damage each turn. Adds, well, see, sounds like this is like a DOT tree so far. Compile black ice from stray nanites, deal 50% weapon damage for rank 1 mount 5 turn duration. Yeah, DOT tree. Which sucks that it says it's not suited for soloing, because this tree kind of sounds fun. Just things you can do with it. Oh, I forgot the top part here. Holding their own in combat with damage and support abilities. Well, now it's saying holding their own in combat, although it was saying earlier they're not suited for solo. Dealing with tech. Disarming traps, breaking locks, and cracking terminals are a breeze for a skilled hacker. Virus Hotlink. Attack the target with a Hotlink virus, adapts to your weapon element, and deals 30% weapon damage instantly and each turn for 3 turns. Kill your ally with the highest time units forward in the timeline for 150% of the time unit value of your weapon and grant haste, reducing cost of their next action by 30% of the time unit value of your weapon. And that's overclocking. Timed release. Boost the duration of optimization debuffs by 1 turn. On the hacker's turn, the ally with the lowest health gains regeneration healing at the start of their turn for 3% of their maximum health. Okay, so this is crowd control, like a DOT tree, and this is just a buff tree, it looks like. Smuggler. Female, the male. Smuggler. Shady individuals with their reputations for getting a job done, even if they're the only survivor. Smooth operators, both in and out of combat, they're not afraid to test their luck on a risky move. Dirty moves. Let's see, I forgot to read the top again up here. Smugglers often draw the attention of their enemies with their flamboyant attacks, whether using traps, pistols, or elocution. Sure. The smuggler is a potent adversary and not to be trifled with. So this kind of looks like, referring back to Warcraft again, I'm going to assume it's kind of the hunter class. Place a volatile trap. When enemies act, there is a 20% chance to explode and deal 75 to 100% weapon damage to the target. Okay, more traps, flashbangs, Calmonry trap. Deploy a decoy to taunt. Okay, that's a taunt. Toss a mine in front of the enemy. The mine usually enters the timeline before the target. The mine deals 200%. You know, all this talk about timelines and time units is really piquing my interest. Okay, Bag of Wonders. Toss a random artifact from your Bag of Wonders. When the artifact activates, it creates positive effect for allies or negative effect for enemies. Okay, it's a buff or debuff. Gunslinger. Akimbo. When you equip a pistol, you add a second attack to weapon abilities that deals 50% damage. Shoot for 100% weapon damage and 100% to a random target. So that's passive and active. Push your luck. Charge forward, brash sling, shoot for 100% weapon damage. You each use boost damage, 40% chance to taunt ally enemies. If you taunt, push your luck resets against 5 turns cooldown. Shoot first. Combat initiative is boosted 25%, and when an enemy acts, there is a 30% chance you will shoot first and deal 80% weapon damage. You can trigger once per turn. Okay, so this is standard damage class, or damage tree. Pay 1 credit to toss a coin in the air and attack the target for 80% weapon damage. Deal 100% bonus. Oh, if you get heads, deal 100% weapon damage and reduce the time unit cost of coin toss by 20. Tails, a random combatant is struck with bad luck. Interesting. Mug. Deal 30 to 50 weapon damage and perhaps steal an item or a few credits. Mug will probably fail. If it fails, you suffer 10% health damage. Well, I guess it really depends on the payout. If it's worth taking that damage, I guess. A bounty. Deal 100% weapon damage and invest some credits in the demise of the target. Each use raises cost 20% for the rest of the mission. The target becomes vulnerable, boosting damage taking 10% until the end of the turn. Targets have armor block reduced 30%. If the bounty target dies, recoup 80% of creds. Roulette. This really sounds fun. This tree sounds fun because it's just a lot of gambling, risk taking. Ante up on this roulette. Pay 10 credits to spin the wheel. You could damage a random target for 100%, 300%, or even 500% weapon damage. Or you could bust and take 100% weapon damage. Each use boosts crit chance 10%, credit cost 20% for the rest of combat or until you bust. When you spend credits using your ability or crit chances, boost 1% for one turn, stacking up to 10%. Pay 100% of credits spent to double down. Oh, excuse me. Double down on the action and deal 0 to 200% weapon damage. Each success with Mug, Coin Toss, or Roulette boosts max damage by 50% weapon damage. After use, the damage boost and credit cost reset. Okay. Slot machine. Pay 2 credits to play the slots, dealing 100 to 150% weapon damage. Get a combo for a bonus effect. Cost increased by 1 credit each turn. See, this tree sounds a lot of fun. We got the soldier. Female and male. I'm going to turn down my audio just a hair, because it seems to be spiking kind of high. If not, let me know. Okay. Soldiers are all about blowing things up, explosions and detonations, capable of both dishing out damage and absorbing incoming fire as an effective meat shield. Weapon skills. Melee weapons, pistols, SMG, shotguns, rifles, heavy weapons. Armor and shield skills are light, tactical, and heavy. Tactician. Forgot the top again. Soldiers come from all walks of life, but they all share a common passion. Blowing stuff up and killing things. Whether it's tanking with their face. Tanking with their face. Where was I? Or hurling bomblets. Soldiers love what they do. Tactician. Charge forward, fire wildly up to 3 targets, dealing 40% weapon damage. Do some yelling to taunt damage enemies. Okay, so this is kind of a damage dealing. He's got taunts and threats, but I don't think it's a tank class or tank tree. Another team unleash hell on your mark. Well, it might be. But it does mention tanking with their face, so maybe it is a tank class or a tank tree. Toss a grenade to deal 100% weapon damage to the primary target and 50% to all adjacents. Fire a rocket that deal 125% weapon damage. If the target has no shield, good chance boosted 10%, damage by 25%. Rocket strike has a bonus of 15% chance to hit. When the target acts, Bouncing Betty explodes to deal 5% weapon damage to the target and 25% to adjacent targets. After Bouncing Betty deals damage, it jumps to a random target, a random enemy, and rearms. Jumps up to 4 times. This is fine. Setting things on fire really improves your morale, boosting crit chance 1% for 3 turns. Stacks to 10%. When combat begins, you gain 10% fire resistance. Magnetronk bomb. Magnetronk. Deal 150% weapon damage and pull any bomblets a little closer to the target. If bomblets are pulled to the target, they detonate with a bonus of 15%. If you burn a target, Hellfire Salvo gains 1 charge. Max 10 charges activate charge. Each rocket strikes. See, I'm not really interested in this one because it sounds like a lot of micromanagement of the tree. Boom King. Crack shot. First use, line up a crack shot on the target. Second use, execute crack shot on target. Shoot for 125% weapon damage. Crack shot has 10% bonus hit chance, 8% chance to critically hit, and pierces any armor on the target. Oh, excuse me again. Flare, deal 30% weapon damage, mark the target. Boosting, okay, just buffs for you, marking the target. Making aftermarket mods on your armor. But don't tell anyone, it's not strictly street legal. When combat begins, you gain an effect. Light armor. Damage dealt, boosted 3%. Tactical armor, crit chance boosted 5%. Heavy armor, time unit costs reduced by 10. Overwatch. Move into Overwatch to cover the team for 1 turn. enemies act, shoot for 50% weapon damage. A maximum of 3 Overwatch attacks can be made. And then pistol deals 10% less damage for 2 turns. Increase maximum number of attacks by 1. Increase attack crit chance 10%. Targets are slowed by 25 time units. Targets become vulnerable, boosting damage taken 5%. So I'm kind of curious if this is a turn-based game. But like I said, I've never even seen this game. I don't ever remember even getting this game. But it's totally, you know, the type of game I would look for. Every third critical hit adds a stack of Hot Streak. Activate to consume one stack to attack with your weapon for 100% weapon damage. Hot Streak has a bonus 5% critical hit chance. Who's keeping score? Your killing blows score 1 point each. Every 5 points, crit chance and crit damage increase 1%. Okay. Void Striker. Not to be confused with the Force Psyker. Female, male. Void Psykers channel powerful and destructive psionics to obliterate their enemies. Tapping into these powers does not come with a few side effects, making them an unstable ally. Weapon skills. Melee pistols, SMGs, rifles. Armor is light, shield is light, tactical, heavy. I wonder if this is going to be similar to the Wizard. Wizard, holy cow. The Warlock. Deal 50% weapon damage. Oh, we forgot the top again. Void Psykers generate void energy with their attacks. This energy can be converted into damaging and debilitating effects, but is highly volatile. A Void Psyker that stores up too much energy risks a deadly overload. Can't stop yawning. Drain. Deal 50% weapon damage if the target has shields. Drain 2 to 3 and gain 5 void energy for each shield drained. Whispers. Consume 40 void energy to deal 40% weapon damage and curse the foe with madness. For 2 turns. Each turn, randomly charm, confuse, stun, or deal 40% weapon damage. Well, that's interesting. Victims are immune to madness after it ends. When you gain void energy, also gain Psyblade, channeling dark energy through your weapon to boost the damage of your next strike 1% for each point of void energy gained. Psyblade has a 1-turn duration. Consume 30 void energy to deal 3% weapon damage for each point of stored void energy. Damage from Siphon Life is dealt over 3 turns. When Siphon Life deals damage, gain 3 void energy and regeneration, healing 2% health at the start of your turn. Siphon Life cannot penetrate shields. When attacked, there is a 1% chance for each point of stored energy to gain a void shell, reducing all damage taken 3% until your next turn. It stacks up to 3 times. Consume 20 void energy to deal 30% weapon damage and eat 1 to 2 buffs on the target. Each buff eaten adds 5 void energy. Okay, so it's kind of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, whatever. You're gaining dark minus in your next manipulation ability. Affects all enemies and deals 50% weapon damage. Shadow Bolt. So if you spend 0 to 30, blast the target with Shadow, deal 50% weapon damage and gain 10 energy. If 30 or more void energy, Shadow Bolt becomes Void Bolt. Deal 100% weapon damage and gain 10 energy. It's consumed to power your... Oh, we already know that. Ignite. Consume energy for each shield on a target, igniting the shields to deal 40% weapon damage and per shield and burn 30% over 1 turn. Chaotic Gathering is boosted by 1.5 or 125. Each bonus point boost damage 1% for 1 turn. Consume all your void energy to channel raw power directly into the target, firing a bolt for every 7 energy that deals 30% weapon damage. Okay, so this is single target damage sounds like. Shadow Coil costs Shadow attack 3 times for each target. Each attack deals 10% weapon damage to a random enemy and generates void energy. Bind a horde. Oh, there I go, yawning again. Consume 30 void energy to bind a horde to the target. When the target takes damage from you, the horde deals 30% weapon damage and leaps to a random target. Leaps up to 8 times. Well, that's pretty neat. Misery. Critical hits from your abilities affect blind, corrupt, or vulnerability. If the target is already afflicted by one of these effects, there is a 30% chance it spreads to a random target. Consume 30 void energy to summon a foul miasma on all enemies that deals 50% weapon damage. Damage is dealt immediately at the start of your next 2 turns. Rifts. When you apply blind, corrupt, or vulnerability, there's a 30% chance to open a portal to somewhere. When the portal opens, a nasty thing slips through and attacks a random enemy for 20% weapon damage. Well, that sounds fun. Cthulhic Invocation. Consume energy to summon the tentacle of a lesser monstrosity to attack target for 3 turns. Tentacle deals 100% weapon damage. Cosmic Horror. When you apply that debuff, add 1 tribute, activate the Cosmic Horror. If it accepts, something dire happens to your foes. If rejected, something dire happens to you. That sounds sucky. So, the hacker sounded like a lot of fun. So did this one with the... Was it the Berserker, maybe? Engineer sounded fun. With Bolty and the Constructor. Just because he's an active pet. I kind of want to just try the hacker, see how it does solo. It's all DOT, I can see how that could really screw you over. I'm going to check out the engineer. Tarver. Sure. Slumdog. June to working on the big, shiny, loud ships that rattled your family's tenement housing in the slums of Luna 2. Maybe someday. For now, hover trucks and dirt. You sure love hover trucks and dirt. Gain street code. Unlock special event options. Guild brat. Mother's rank at the Engineers Guild meant the very best tech was your birthright. You were building servos before you knew how to talk, which was good because you were never really good at word making. Formal education, unlock special events. Junk. Living in the boondocks of Wayland. Meant never having the parts for the job. But your folk may do. Your knack for wielding the family pneumato wrench brought in credits, but no extra for book learning. I'll go with the Slumdog. Okay, UFP made an offer of employment, and your parents took the chance to give you what they could. You didn't get a say and ended up on the weapon forges for Boom Slang. 5% accuracy, 3% damage. Family friend had worked her way up the ranks of Astrohund Technologies and showed up looking for someone with your talent, if not your smarts. You were hired immediately. 5 crit, 5 dodge. Rigo's fine spirits engineer. There's one thing Dad if there was one thing Dad were real good at, it was drinking. When Rigo's rep delivered his lifetime loyalty tote bag, she saw you working a distiller press you had rigged up and hired you on the spot. 2 damage, 5 health. Which one should I choose? I think that one. Oh, some tool with half your talent and twice your vocab lied to the bosses. The bosses believed the lies, prompting escape to the fringe. You took the liberty of stealing some of their primo loot in lieu of a severance package. Negative 30 rep with boom slang, rare weapon, armor, and shield. You've been working for a while and it was okay, but you got to thinking there's more to the verse than just being good at fixing. You pulled your last check, quietly gave notice, and headed for the fringe. 5 rep with boom slang, 100 credits. So I punched the cog knocker. The boss was bawling you out again, for no reason, again. And you lost him. Popping him in the jaw felt good. Stealing his cache of loot felt even better. Maybe life on the fringe will offer more of the same. Rare armor and shield, but negative 15 rep with boom slang. This one you get a rare weapon, armor, and shield. See, I don't know who the hell boom slang is, if that's a good thing to have rep with him or not a big deal. Let's see. I'll go with jobs done. Slumdog, engineer, jobs done. Sure. Welcome to Styx, the black market. Allures. A new face strategy for debate. Come to see my fine wares and partake in petite hacking, mon cher. What kind of goods do you sell? Hey, free samples. Over you. Okay. No resistances yet. Statistics. Nothing. Abilities. I don't know if I should go with Bolty or the little bots. deck. Experimental burner. +4 attack rating, 11 crit rating. Stat changes if loaded. -6 power, 11 crit rating. I guess I should have read that first. Because I don't know where the hell it went. I don't give a crap. So, neutral 5. Huh. Interesting. Oh, okay, there's Fever 1.0. Debuff a target to boost corruption damage, taken 0 to 20% for 6 burns. Sure. Okay, so what do we have? Doc Sam's Saloon, Hack Shop, Wire Terminal. Select the contact from left to view the details and place a call. The reputation with Boomslang is currently neutral. Factions you do not have positive rep with may not communicate. You do not have strong feelings about you working with you. Call takes a moment to connect before you're audibly assaulting you. Yeah, you've reached Boomslang, brother. If you know your party's extension, lay it on me now. If not, hold on tight and someone awesome will be with you in a moment. A raging guitar solo plays while the customer service AI processes your ID. Whoa, all of your service reps are currently busy like extreme bees. What are you gonna do? What you're gonna want to do is call back another time. Oh yeah! And disconnects. Hang up. Well, that's just a shop. I wanna go start some fights, get in some battles. Haggard-looking bartender is working the bar. His mecha continuing to wipe down the pitted counter as he sizes you up. Doc Sam. Evening. Haven't seen you here before, so welcome to Station Terminus 9, jewel of the sector. Locals call her Styx for short. What's your poison? Street knowledge. Har, spent a few nights passed out in joints like this. This'n best place to find work, yeah? Did it work? He grinned. Peg you for my kind of folk when you slunk in. Used to having friends in low places, yeah? Heh. You'll be right at home on Styx, taking a long drag from a cigar. Doc stares at you evenly. I'm not hiring janitors at the moment. This Nemata wrench cracks skulls even better than a Wrangle's repairs looking for some action. Now we're talking. Just funning with ya. It's not every circle I get a new crawler. He leans forward on the creaking bar. Trouble is, my wire terminal is on the fritz. Can't get you any work until it's fixed. Maybe you could do me a favor and grab some spare parts from the basement. Sure, I can do that. He waves you off and turns to deal with a surly customer calling to you over his shoulders as he goes. Thanks much. I'll stick it on the job board, check it out, and then head on down to the basement whenever. Watch out for Sudsy. Sudsy? Gotta toss that guy out. Tab as long as my arm. Put the job on the board for you, so as you can see how that works. Check the job board. Before you learn to crawl. Doc Sam, I get 10 credits. Doc Sam, 6th basement, level 4. Asset acquisition, danger rating normal, just level 1. Doc Sam wants you to head down to 6th basement and look for a replacement part for fixed wire terminal. So wires active, you may be able to find it. Okay. Accept. Okay, launch mission, sure. Let's get into some fights. Straight for QE, activate your flashlight with the F key, customize hotkeys, options. Well, this is not what I was expecting. Black market values can be found exploring, search for secret caches. Wow. Once I turn and try and hit forward, I can't, it won't let me unless I move my mouse first. Wow, that is goofy. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that. That's driving me crazy. There, that's much better. Oh, because I can't go diagonally. That's what's going on. I can only move in a grid-like way. No diagonals. Somebody securely locked this door. You'll need to find a manual override if you want to get it open. Try searching the room for an obvious switch. As the door grinds open, a small hooded figure darts through and past you towards the exit door. It pauses and constantly turns to study you. He appears to be a small child, probably a station urchin. Underneath the tatters of a filthy cloak, you can see the glint of something shiny. Street knowledge. Urchin cocks his head to the side and calmly returns the gesture. Kneeling quickly, it places a glittering object from the folds of its cloak into the floor before vanishing into the shadows. Okay. Tiny chromium music box. Each class has abilities that will aid the team both in combat and exploring. When you gain a level, you will also gain 1 ability point. Assign ability points with the character menus. Yep, we know that. The door isn't locked, but stubbornly refuses to open. Using your unique talents, you should be able to convince the door to open. If you haven't already, open the character menu and assign ability points. Order Bolty to open the door. Where's Bolty? Beams of deadly laser energy are projected in front of you, barring your path. Traps won't usually block the movement, but touching them stings a little. Look for a way to disable these beams. I'm guessing something to do with these. Well, let's head this way. You found a data jack. These terminals connect the real world and virtual one to the real world to the virtual one of a local wire network. Jacking into the network gives you access to traps, secret doors, and more. Where have we heard that before? Shadowrun? You've entered a port node, which is linked to the data jack in the real world. Nodes are usually defended, but this one isn't. Bonus, there is a hidden data store on this node that can be looted. Loot the data store. Fresh jump. Right click to loot. Barrier 1.0 installer. Gain a security barrier that absorbs up to 1 damage for 3 turns. Sure, exit. Let's see. Hack in combat with the enemy. On your turn, click and hold on an enemy to see the program or release over a program to run it. Sudsy is a corruption type enemy that will take bonus damage from your security programs. So this must be, yeah, that's Sudsy. Jolt, 2 security damage. Shock the target with raw data, deal 2 security damage. Debuff the target, boost corruption damage taken. Well, I don't have anything corruption based, so. Sudsy has damaged the core of your deck with an attack with on your hardening points. If the HP of your deck is reduced to 0, your deck will crash out of the network and will be unable to hack until your deck is repaired. Look for utilities that boost HP to keep you hacking. Access the inventory, intern, and fleet options. Damage the code hiding the identity of your deck with an attack on your masking points. If the MP of your deck is reduced 0, you will be identified by the network and disconnected. MP resets to full at the end of a mission. Look for utilities to boost your MP to stay hidden. Fatal exception on mono.exe. Please wait 3785 cycles for recompile. Click to dismiss. Well, that sucks. For Sudsy. Enter the network core, which is linked to all secure systems in the real world. Crash the core to take down those laser beams. Attempt to crash the core and disable the network. Yeah, we're in. Do not attempt unsafe operations on core. Manual crash and system core. No reference, exception, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. System shutting down. So these don't do anything. Hey, what are you doing? You've entered combat mode with the enemy. To turn an order of combat is shown on the timeline above. The active character is on the top left. On your turn, click and hold on a target to see the ability release over an ability to activate. Abilities have different time unit costs to activate. Fast abilities cost fewer time units, slow abilities cost more time. But hit harder. Put time unit arrow, show them, let's go. Oh, look who it is, it's Sudsy. Oh, heal Bolty. Bolty's fine. Shoot with Bolty. Holy crap, Bolty. Take all. Here we go. This was for loadout, lunchbox, right? Oh, music box. Foxkin shooter. 12 damage. Should show a comparison with the other one. Obviously it's better, but just click shift for the upgrades. Requires weapon ability on your first turn in combat. Weapon abilities cost 50% or 50 less time units. Weapon crit, okay. Where's my old crap girl? Okay. Locate a secret cache. That's the bonus. I don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Hey. Medkit. Okay, we can get out of here. Mission is complete. Fetch the wire. Are you sure you want to return the sticks? Yes. You can now fix his wire connection, find new jobs. You should head back to the saloon to deliver it. 10 credits. As you stroll through the station, a cloaked figure sidles up to you. Draw. Ah, new adventurers in our humble station, yes? I can always spot a potential business partner from a parsec away. Who are you? Where are my manners? Draw at your service. Proprietor of the black market and purveyor of hot goods and even hotter gossip. Actually, you do look familiar. Have we met before? And you've got a lucrative deal only I can cash in on. Go sell your street game elsewhere. I've played this one before. Well, what if I'm interested? Oh, perhaps. I do try and forget every face that enters my humble store. Helps with plausible deniability, you see. But I digress. We will be business partners, I am sure of this. Well, I guess I'll say it. A fellow lowlife, yes? I knew I liked you. I was going to offer you a sample to secure your interests, but since you are aware of my moves, so to speak, let's take several. So you may see that I am sincere. He hands you a fistful of small cubes from his satchel. I'll not lie to you or waste your time out of respect for our mutual admiration, yes? Have a listen to this. I'm listening. This is an Eon cube. Bring me any that you find, and I'll trade you for them. Keeping that as an example of my good favor, and what to look for when you're crawling. What is it? A mere bauble, really. A marketing trinket from Aramazon that was produced en masse before the company went bankrupt. You'll notice a unique serial attached to each casing. Quite the collectible for the idle rich, but otherwise worthless. Why are you collecting? The client has contracted me to acquire as many as possible for a private collection. They're trading rare gear in exchange, and I, most humbly, am broker for the transaction. Before you ask, no, you cannot meet the client or deliver the cubes yourself. The client values privacy. I value my cut. What are you trading them for? Ah, an excellent question. The client has access to some incredibly rare and exotic gear, weapons and such you would never find out here on the rim. Drop by my shop and see what's to offer. Alright, keep an eye out for him. Excellent. I'm most pleased to buy your business acumen, and I'm sure you'll be most pleased by the sweet swag I am offering in exchange. Bye now. Roll turns sharply on his heel and slinks back to the black market. What's up, Doc? Hey there, Buster. Looks like Sudsy was no obstacle, and you returned victorious. Wire parts in hand. You do something different with your armor? It's sparkling. Should have mentioned you had the malfunction cleaner bot. Could have fixed it up instead of scrapping it. Ha! Just my way of having a bit of fun with the newbies. Hard feelings, eh? Don't worry about Sudsy. It gives our engineer Tallery something to fix. You should head to her store if you're looking to gear up. He grabs a spare part and turns to his wire terminal. Up and running shortly. In the meantime, Tallery just posted a local job. Check the job board in a minute. Tell me more of this station. Well, not much to tell as to interest you. We're Station Terminus 9, or Styx if you're a local. As the name implies, we're the ass end of nowhere, so you'll be getting most of your supplies on station, accepting what you can acquire on the runs. Anyway, she meet Tallery, of course. Is the station engineer, runs a general store. She's a mite short, but a whiz when it comes to fixing up anything with mechanical parts. She also brings in a steady supply of weapons and armor from off station and sells them at a decent price. So go see her if your gear gets dicey. Anyone else? Lucas Filch runs our medbay, so head there if you need patching up. He also sells medkits and blah blah blah, plus chems if you're not into that kind of thing. Anything else? Yar! A new fella arrived a few cycles ago and set up shop in the space below. Not sure what he's purveying, but he's been getting shipments of unmarked crates pretty regularly. Have to investigate that one for yourself. Anything else? That's about it. I know that might interest you. I'm hoping to get a few new amenities in the future, but we can talk about that later. Later. Styx engineer, look for crew to investigate distress beacon coming from the salvage junker in the area. Investigate ship. Okay, I'm not going to take that right now. Well, I think that's where we're going to end it tonight. We had a good time checking out the classes, checking out their skill trees, one of the battles, checking out Styx. Actually, we got two battles, one of them inside the network, one of them in the real world. And it's a pretty cool game. I'm really liking it so far. It's this section is point and click, kind of a text adventure situation here. When you go on a mission, it turns to first person. Not really first person shooter, because it's just basically first person perspective as you explore and loot stuff. But then when you get to the battles, like the network battle and the real world battle, turns into your standard turn-based battle, which is really cool. So far, I'm really digging this game. It's a lot of fun. So I think we'll also continue on with this game. And if you want to continue on with me, of course, like the video, hit the subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the times that I am streaming and put out a new video. Because I think I'm going to finish this game. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me, and see you next time.